Hello everybody and welcome to the Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park here at IRP for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series T-Sport 200 and the 16th out of 18 races in our 2025 regular season for the Craftsman Truck Series. Corey Heim, your regular season points leader, on pole position alongside defending champion Ty Majeski as we are green and underway here at IRP. Who is going to prevail in this race? Corey Heim, Ty Majeski, and Chandler Smith, the top three, as we are off to the races early here at IRP. Majeski back to the outside of Corey Heim, trying to stay tight on there to try to make a move and get his second win of the season. But right now, Corey Heim clear for the race lead, trying to get back-to-back wins and what would be, I believe, his sixth on the season, as Heim leads the opening lap of racing here at IRP from pole position over Ty Majeski. Now caution lap 23, Corey Day in the 7 is around, gets tagged by Butterbean Queen, making his season debut, and Corey Day goes around to bring out our first caution of the night here at IRP on lap 25. So now we get back underway here on lap 30. Lap 31, so 12 to go in stage 1, and Ty Majeski on the outside lane trying to get the lead from Corey Heim, but the 11, a great restart on the inside, but he can't quite clear Ty Majeski, who stays on the outside lane. Here comes the 98 Majeski to the lead here in IRP, surging by Corey Heim in the outside lane. Majeski now in control, 10 to go in stage 1, and now here we are on the final lap of the stage. He's going to bring home another stage win. Ty Majeski will win stage 1 here at IRP over Corey Heim, Chandler Smith, Lane Riggs, and Daniel Hemrick, the top 5. Then Gio Ruggiero, Caden Honeycutt, Grant Enfinger, Rasha Caruth, and Tyler Ankrum getting some much-needed stage points to round out the top 10. So Ty Majeski, I believe this is actually his second or third stage win of the season, but because of that playoff point penalty he got after the crash he caused with Stuart Friesen at Michigan's, this will only put him at 2, as Rasha Caruth is wall riding behind us as Chandler Smith takes the lead on the stretch, and then to Chastain, and around goes the 18 of Tyler Ankrum. He gets collected by Ross Chastain, who got bounced off Rasha Caruth, who was wall riding. Ankrum nowhere to go, just gets spun to the bottom, and that's just been an epitome of how his season has gone up to this point. And oh, more trouble. Dawson Sutton, Mac of Chastain merging onto the track, wrecks himself right in front of the 26 of Dawson Sutton, head onto the bumper of Chastain, hard hit. Crafton piles in, nowhere to go, and Dawson Sutton is going to be out of this race in the 26, finishing 33rd, dead last. He is done, as Daniel Hemrick will clear the 38 of Chandler Smith for the lead on this restart on lap 54, leading his first laps of the night here at IRP. As he looks to win his way into the playoffs, he can also clinch on points today. And there's trouble about it. More spinning. There goes Luke Fenhouse in the 66. Gets tagged by Jack Wood and Grant Enfinger. And the caution comes out once again. A chaotic start to stage 2 so far here in IRP. I don't know why, but Grant Enfinger and Corey Heim keep trying to pit every restart here. So very confusing strategy from those two championship contenders. As now the 38 of Chandler Smith on the outside lane going to clear Daniel Hemrick and Lane Riggs to get back to the race lead. So this is the second time Chandler Smith has led on one of these stage 2 restarts here tonight, as he tries to get his second win of the season. Of course, hasn't won or hasn't even finished in the top 5 since that Atlanta victory earlier in the year. Trouble again. Off into turn 3, Tyler Ankrum again, and up and over, upside down goes the 18 of Tyler Ankrum, and that will put an end to his night as Caden Honeycutt takes out Tyler Ankrum. Nowhere for Grant Enfinger to go. He gets slammed into the outside wall. Jack Wood, then Spencer Boyd flips Ankrum over on his lid, and Tyler Ankrum is done for the night here in IRP. So Ankrum will DNF in 32nd. That basically puts him in a must-win situation these next 2 races at Watkins Glen and Richmond. If he wants to make the playoffs, he's got to win a races. Right now to the inside of Daniel Hemrick is Lane Riggs, but he can't quite get the lead. Hemrick is clear 3 wide behind them. Look out, that's Butterbean racing Gio Ruggiero and Rasha Caruth, as this time will make it safely down the backstretch of this back half of the field. But Corey Heim still leading a bunch of trucks down pit road. A very baffling strategy. Him, Majeski, a lot of these contenders, I have no idea what they're doing, but we just saw Jordan Anderson, the 2 of Cody Dennison and Tony Breidinger have been disqualified So they're all out of this race as Daniel Hemrick is in control on the final lap here of stage number 2. Looking to pick up the stage win, which would be his second of the season, as he's trying to hold off Butterbean Queen, who's had a phenomenal stage so far, up to second here on his season debut. Going to get a lot of good stage points for that 07 truck, which has just been cursed all year for Spire Motorsports. But Daniel Hemrick will dominate and win stage 2 here in IRP over Butterbean Queen in second. Third place going to be Lane Riggs, followed up by Chandler Smith coming through here to be P4. Raja Caruth rounds out the top 5. Then Caden Honeycutt, Gio Ruggiero, Corey Day gets a nice recovery. Jake Garcia and Brent Cruz rounds out the top 10. Daniel Hemrick, stage 2 winner here at Indianapolis Raceway Park over Butterbean Queen and Lane Riggs. Now on to the third and final stage of racing. 93 laps to go. It is Butterbean versus Daniel Hemrick for the race lead. Who will prevail here in turns 1 and 2? Looks like Hemrick buying those, but here comes Butterbean on the outside lane, trying to get his first career win. Could tonight be the night? Having an incredible run at the front of this field. He's given Hemrick all he's got for the lead, and through goes Brendan Queen. Butterbean to the lead here at IRP with a brilliant pass on the outside of Daniel Hemrick. He takes the lead, is now in position to win this race, but now the 19th Hemrick going to go 3 wide in the middle with the lap truck of Matt Mills. What a move from Daniel Hemrick, driving his way back into the race lead. He wants this win bad. He's getting after it. He clears Butterbean. Behind them, Caruth and Riggs do battle for third. Riggs almost gets wrecked. What a save by Lane Riggs right there off the bumper of Raja Caruth. Able to hang on to it. Now Hemrick still in control of this race, trying to hold back Lane Riggs and Chandler Smith now coming to just 42 laps to go. They come down this front straightaway, a whole wave of laps. They're 3 wide. For the right, behind the round goes to 0-2, and Jason Alexander. He gets turned by Caruth, and that will trigger the caution. Caruth just had a big run coming off the top, and just Jason Alexander tried to cover and got himself wrecked. Luckily, all these other contenders able to avoid it, but it'll be Daniel Hemrick leading over Lane Riggs on the restart. Now the 34 gets a great restart. So now with 36 laps to go, Lane Riggs leads for the first time tonight here at IRP over Daniel Hemrick and Gio Ruggiero, who are right there behind him as they work their way down this back straightaway. Looks like, could this be Lane Riggs' time to pick up another win on the season, which would be number 3 for him as Lane Riggs leads. 35 to go here at IRP. But that has changed now. Here comes Gio Ruggiero, the rookie, to the lead with just 20 laps to go, trying to get his first career win and punch his ticket to the playoffs in upset fashion. But a caution. Caution on the speedway for Norm Benning, who gets turned around in turn 1, and that means we will have NASCAR overtime here from IRP, and it's the 3rd straight week the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series have gone to overtime, as it is Daniel Hemrick and Gio Ruggiero, the front row of the restart. Hemrick with a really good restart on the outside lane with 2 to go here in overtime, and the 19, the veteran experience coming in handy as Hemrick to the lead, driving away from Ruggiero and Chandler Smith here at IRP down the backstretch, heading towards the start-finish line. White flag in the air. Final lap presented by Credit One Bank here at IRP. Next flag ends the race, and Daniel Hemrick has set sail off to an 8/10, almost a full second now on Chandler Smith and Gio Ruggiero. Going to be heartbreak for Ruggiero out of Seekonk, Mass. Just so short of victory. Couldn't get the job done on the restart, but Daniel Hemrick, his veteran experience, are going to lead him to victory lane and to the playoffs. Daniel Hemrick wins at IRP over Chandler Smith, Gio Ruggiero, Lane Riggs. How about Butterbean Queen with a top 5 finish? So Hemrick gets his first career Craftsman Truck Series win, leading 77 of 200 laps and punching his ticket to the playoffs in dramatic fashion with an overtime win. But just, you gotta feel the heartbreak though for Gio Ruggiero, man. He was so close, had it in the bag before the Norm Benning caution, just couldn't execute the overtime restart. As here are your final race results. Hemrick the winner, Chandler Smith second, Ruggiero heartbroken third, Lane Riggs fourth, Butterbean career best finish of 5th with a lot of laps led on the day. Caruth, Brent Cruz, a great effort in 7th. Same thing for Corey Day, 8th. Ross Chastain, Stuart Friesen, a much-needed top 10 effort. Corey Heim ends up 2 laps down in 16th. Same thing for Caden Honeycutt in 17th. Ty Majeski down in 19th with the fastest lap of the race. And Grant Emfinger 3 laps down in 20th. Then, of course, Tyler Ankrum, Dawson Sutton all DNFing in this race. So we'll see how this affects the playoff grid. Remember, only 2 races remain until the Craftsman Truck Series playoffs begin. Hemrick becomes the 6th driver to punch his ticket in with a win. Tanner Gray still has a pretty solid 20-point cushion. As long as he doesn't do anything too horrible next 2 races, he might be in a pretty good spot to make the playoffs. But Ben Rhodes, Stuart Friesen, and Grant Enfinger are an absolute dogfight for the points. Rhodes only 8 to the good, Friesen only 6 to the good, and Grant Enfinger, who's currently the final driver in, only 1 point above Caden Honeycutt for the final spot in the playoffs. Connor Mozak, Gio Ruggiero, Andres Perez, Jake Garcia right there on the outside looking in, just trying to claw their way into being able to position and point their way in heading into Richmond. We got Watkins Glen up next, the second to last race of the regular season here in the Truck Series. But congrats to Daniel Hemrick on the win. That's the end of this episode. As always, I want to give a shout out to my channel members. So thank you so much to JJ, Brenda Breen, and Jeremy Isley. Really appreciate your guys' support. Means a ton to me. Helps this channel and I continue to grow, produce some awesome content. Now working towards 2,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for watching. And if you are watching and are not subscribed, please do subscribe. It's completely free. It only takes a couple of seconds, and I would really, really appreciate it. If you want your shout out here like these 3, become a paid channel member. Link is in the description down below. Till next episode at Watkins Glen, I hope you all have a good one.